On this video for the TV Star T1010 DTT receiver, we're going to show you how to access the PVR ready features on this box to do the likes of pausing live TV, recording shows, scheduling recording using the EPG and how to play them back and things like that. Okay, so before we start, first thing anyway is basically you should have an external hard drive or a memory stick or something like that plugged into the front of the receiver to access these features. Okay, so just say for instance someone comes to the door, you want to make a cup of tea, something like that, and you want to pause TV. Okay, all you have to do is basically hit the pause button. Just takes a second to kick in. You can see there entering time shift waiting, and then it kicks in. Okay, so that's fine. So I'm just going to let that run for just a little period so I can show you another thing now in a second. So basically what I'm going to show you when I resume this is basically, just say you wanted to make a cup of tea and you wanted to make it during the ad break. Well, what a lot of people tend to do is to pause the TV at that point, and when they come back then they can fast forward through the ads and things like that. Okay, so we have a little bit of time gone there now, so hopefully I'll have enough to show you these features. Okay, so just to resume playback, all you have to do is simply press the play button. Okay, and we're back into TV. Now I have about 30 or 40 seconds of it paused there now, so I should be able to do this. Okay, so just say I wanted to fast forward through some of this, I wasn't that interested, or it was the ads or something like that. I just hit the fast forward button. You can fast forward at different rates, and to get back to resume playback at that point, or the point that you want, all you have to do is simply hit the play button. Okay, now if you've gone too far, you can hit the rewind button, and you can rewind at different points by pressing the rewind button a couple of times. Okay, and then simply to get out of the rewind, all you have to do is hit the play button again. Okay, now to stop the whole pause thing on the receiver, all you have to do is basically hit the stop button. Okay, and then press OK to confirm, and that'll bring you back to live TV. Okay, so that's fairly handy and it works really well. Okay, so the next thing basically then is just say you're watching something and someone comes to the house or something like that, and you're not able to watch the TV, but you want to see the rest of what you were watching. So basically all you have to do in the bottom right, your remote control, the little red dot, all you have to do is hit that button, the record button. Okay, and it starts off recording then for you, and that's fine. So I'm just going to record a little bit there now, so I can show you how to play it back later on. Okay, so that should be enough there now, and all you have to do to stop your recording is just hit the stop button, and it's as easy as that. Okay, the next thing then, that's all well and good if you're in the house and you want to record, but just say you want to record something that's on later on, okay, and you won't be there. So to do that then, what you want to do is use the EPG, which is the electronic program guide. Okay, so you hit the EPG button. So you can see there now on this box there's a great little EPG on it. It has full 7-day EPG and it gives synopsis and things like that, which is very handy. But just say now at 7 o'clock tonight I want to record this. How do I go about recording this? Okay, so all I have to do is simply arrow down to it and press OK to book it. Okay, so you can see there it'll say it's the channel type it wants to record a TV station. You can see the name and number of the channel, the date, the start time and the end time. Okay, so now we're down to the interesting things. You can actually schedule it to do it once daily or weekly, which might be very handy if you were following a series or something like that. But just to be aware that you need to leave your box turned on for it to remember this. Okay, it can be in standby, but if you power it off it'll lose the setting. Okay, so that'd be pretty much the same with all boxes. Okay, so the next thing to look at then, I'm just going to say repeat once because I just want to record it now. Okay, and the mode then, which is very important, you have to note this. By default it's set to view, which means that it'll only remind you that this program's coming on. Now that's not going to be much use to you if you're not in the house, so what you want to do is arrow across and set it to record. Okay, and then you just press OK to confirm, and you can see then it's in the schedule to record. Okay, so that's very good. And there's other things you can do within this then when you have it set, is you can edit it. So just say there was a program on like a match and you thought, oh, this might go into over or injury time or extra time or something like that. You can actually increase the end time just to allow for that, because a lot of people get caught out with EPGs, and I have myself, and you'd be cursing at the receiver by the end of the night because the match went into extra time or something and you missed it. And you ended up with some silly program that was on after it. So that's basically it. So that's very handy there. So the other thing then, just say you set the recording and you decide you don't need to, you could hit the blue button to delete it, and it, you know, it'd just be easy enough like that. Okay. So I'm just going to exit out of that now for a second. Okay. Now the interesting thing, what you can, to get into that, there's two ways of going in. You can either in the bottom left of your remote control, you can hit the timer button, and it'll bring you in. So I'll just exit out of that, or perhaps you can use the EPG, and you can see actually that there's a little mark beside it now that's saying, you know, to indicate that it's going to be recorded later on. But if I wanted to see the timer menu or the scheduling menu, all I have to do is simply hit the info button, which is the book list, and you can see there. So just for an example now, I don't want to record that, so what I'm going to do is actually hit the blue button to delete it, and press OK to confirm, and then you just hit the exit button to get out of that, okay, and hit it again and you're back to live TV. Now if you have stuff recorded and you want to play it back, okay, how do you go into this? So there's a couple of ways you can go in. You can either go into the menu and you can arrow across as far as USB, or the USB menu. You can go into multimedia, and then you can arrow over to PVR and hit OK, and that will bring you into your recording menu, okay, and you can access the stuff that you've already recorded, okay. Now it will be in it'll be in this folder on your hard drive called HB PVR, okay, so just be aware of that, okay. So the next thing then of accessing that is actually there's a complete shortcut to it, and it's in the bottom left of your remote control. It's called PVR, and it'll just bring you straight into it, okay. And there you go. So just as an example then, you can see it gives you the name of the program and the time that it was on, okay. But you could actually use the green button to rename it, you know, to the name of the show, just so it might be easier for you to know what, you know, what the name of it was and things like that. So just to play back then, all you have to do, you can select whichever one you want, basically just arrow down to the one you want highlighted, press OK, and you'll see then in a thumbnail then on the right, you'll see the recording, okay. And then if you want to see it full screen, just hit the red button and it brings it up full screen, and you can watch away and you can fast forward through it, rewind, things like that. And that's basically it. To stop it, all you have to do is hit the stop button, and to get out of that menu, all you have to do is hit the exit button a few times and you're back to live TV. And that's basically how to use all the PVR features on the TV Star T1010 DTT receiver.